Welcome to twoill screen printing. Today what we're learning is we're going to learn how to put emulsion on your screens. So right here, you have a good angle with this right here? Alright, so right here we're going to use a QT discharge. This one's like specialized if you're going to use discharge or water inks. You could use plastisol and any kind of inks on this, but this is like especially for discharge. Like if you're doing that, you should probably use this. The other one that I use a lot is this one. This one's my favorite just because it's not that expensive, and it gets the designs on there. Because if you use this one, you could tell the goo, which is the emulsion, it gets real like gluey, so it's like thick. This is like more like if you're trying to do like thick, like blocky designs, you know. This is like more you're trying to get like gradients and like real good detail. But if you have a good exposure unit, you could get halftones on this too. I've seen people use like blue emulsions and all kinds of other emulsions, but the one I started with was a brand like this one, which was it's called QTX from Mulano, and that one is just plastisol, and it's like real thick. Like for a gallon, I was probably spent like $80, and I was using that for the first few years when I started screen printing, and that one is good if you're using plastisol. And it's like a real like thick design where it's like a lot of ink's gonna go through it, and it's gonna last you a long time. You can probably do over 1,000 shirts with this one. This one is pretty close to it, and this one you could probably do 1,000 shirts, but it might start getting holes on the emulsion just because it's like more delicate. So today we're gonna use the last of this QTX discharge emulsion. Okay, so here's the QT discharge from Mulano. As you can see, it has a lot of already old emulsion that dried up right here. You know, I suggest every time you use the emulsion, you try to clean your gallon as good as you can. But as you can see, there's it's a nice little. It's not too. It's not too thick, but it's a little gooey, especially because I've had it for a while. So what I'm gonna do? So you gonna get a little close up of this right here. I'm gonna just like let it glide on this this scooper. But since it's a little bit left, I'm gonna spread it evenly. I'm gonna go back and forth. It might take a while because it's like, you see how it's just doing a little bit. What I do, since this is the last of it, this is my technique. I'll show you. What I do is it gets a little messy. That's if you want to make the most out of your emulsion. What I do is I stick my finger in this like this. Watch. I'll get my finger, and or the fingers or hand or whatever, and just scoop off all the bottom and the sides. You know, just like get as much as you can, and then just like, see, you have to be real careful with it. You know, just do this. They'll probably give you like a good 2 screens or 3, you know. This QT discharge, I bought the gallon for, it was probably maybe a little bit over $40, maybe 50. The WR3 that I like a lot, that one I buy it for around $30. So that saves you a lot of money, and it's still good quality. It's just not, you know, discharge. But not a lot of people do discharge. You can always try it out, but use this emulsion. Yeah, I just got the most I can. I could still like tweak out on it, or they probably sell like special little tools or gadgets for it to clean. But after that, I'm gonna just like rinse out my hands like this. This emulsion, how you could see it as, it's glue. It's like pink glue or blue glue or green glue or whatever kind of color emulsion you might be able to find. But it's like how I see it is it's just glue that covers, it dries up over the holes of your screen. And then after that, you could like hit it with the light and expose only, or get rid of only everything that was black. So I just cleaned my hand. You could throw away the bucket, but if you still had emulsion on there, let me show you how to clean it. I would get one of these towels, and I would get the gallon and clean off all the sides, all the way around, so it could close. And then just close it up, you know, snap it or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to snap. A lot of people just put the cap right on top of it so the air doesn't dry it out. But if it's not really closed really well, it could dry it out too fast. But I've even seen like my friend that's a screen printer. He uses a blue type of emulsion. That fool just leaves it out like this, like under somewhere where it's real dark, and he just leaves out the emulsion. But I don't do that. I just cover it and put it somewhere where it's like dark, which I put it back in the shelf. But this one, since it's already empty, we're just gonna throw it away. All right. So now we're gonna get to the scooping of the emulsion. All right. Let me just clean this up before it dries. Before you scoop any screen, you always want to make sure that it's clean, that it doesn't have any dirt or dust or any like old emulsion blocking it. This one is pretty fair. This one's already a reclaimed screen. We might have already had like maybe like 2 or 3, maybe 4 designs on it, but it looks pretty new because we used the emulsion remover and it got removed, and we also used the ghost haze that took off any old color of old paint, so you can barely see a little bit there, but this was pretty good. Some people want to suggest you like touching this thing and all, and because they're like real picky about every little tiny speck, but we're just gonna do this one. So how I do it is I angle the screen like this angle, and then I get the scoop and I start from the bottom and I just tilt it until the emulsion starts gliding on top of the screen, and then once it's touching it, I go real slowly up or roll it up, and then once I get closer to the top, I start lifting up the screen, and then to where it's like to where the emulsion rolls back. It rolls back into the scooper, and then I just pull away, and then I just turn the emulsion, or I turn the screen, I mean, and I do the same thing. I start from the bottom, I let it roll down out of the scoop, and then I start swiping it up, and then when it gets real close to being up there, I just raise up the screen, and then I let the emulsion roll back into the scoop, and then now we have it both sides, and there it's ready for it to dry. So some people have like racks where they just throw them and then they put them upside down like this, like to where the emulsion lands in the back, so it could be like nice and like blocked out. Yeah, it's like so since I don't have one, I'm gonna just like put them back to back right here, and then what I do is I let like a little bit of space in between them, like kind of like this, so like air could go inside it, so it could dry faster. And you could always put a fan and then hit it through the side, and it's gonna dry it real fast. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna emulsion up this screen. As you can see right here, it has an old little ghost paint haze, but as long as you can see through it, you can see, put it up to the light, and as long as you can see through it, you should be good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lay it like this, and then put the scoop up to it, and then just let the paint roll down, and then just scoop it up, and then just bring it back up and let the paint scoop down, and just pick it up. Now do the same thing for the other side. Start from the bottom, let the paint roll down evenly, and then just roll it up. You gotta always make sure it has some evenly folded emulsion. You'll pick it up and then just let the paint roll down, and then just pick it off. That one's good. And just put it back with the other ones. So I'm gonna do all these real quick and do it quicker. When I pick it off to a side like this, because I want it to roll more evenly, and I just pick it up, let the paint or the emulsion roll back. As you can see, I picked it up too early, so it didn't get it all the way. So in this next one, I'm gonna do it all the way this time. Start from the bottom, let the emulsion drip down, and then start picking it up. Roll it up, and then start picking up once you get closer to the top, and then just let the emulsion roll back down, and then there. As you can see, it's a little lighter pink on top because it's only emulsion on one side. There's another screen. Roll it up. As you can see right here, it has like little gashes. Those are there because I rolled it up too fast and there was like little air bubbles. But we're gonna make up for it with this nice thick one right here. So we're just gonna roll it. And then what I also do sometimes to make up for those bubbles, I just roll it up again. But this time I just swipe it off. And usually that covers them a little more. Yeah, once you start running out of emulsion, it starts becoming a little trickier to do it. So I'm going to show you guys more here. This one, I roll it like this so I can get more in the bottom so it could be even. So now that it's even, I roll it down onto this. You see, I'm rolling it evenly. I just wait till it all touches evenly. And if it gets too clumped from one side, I tilt it so it can roll down to the other side. And after that it's even, I just roll it up. And then just pick it up and let the emulsion roll down, and then just swoop it off. Okay. To this side, it's the same thing. Let the emulsion roll down, and there we have another screen. So once you're done with once the time you're done with using all the emulsion and you don't have no more screens and you still have more emulsion, you just like pick it up like this. And what I do is I use my finger and I roll it all down like this, and I put it back into the gallon. So you can save your emulsion, it's still good. So you do that, and then after that you just gotta wash your finger and the scooper, and then like once you put all that back, you can clean it with a towel and then just close it real good, or however you want to close it. I suggest you close it though. Just wash your finger first, and then you start wetting the emulsion. The emulsion, it's like water based. Well, this one I'm not sure if it's water based, but with the water it makes it real soft, so where I could clean it easy. Get one of these sponges and then just spread the water and it starts getting soft, and just wipe it off. I suggest you clean your scoopers real well, because then you don't want to leave emulsion to harden, and then it might start leaving lines on your emulsion, and then when you try to expose them, it might mess with the actual like detail, which does make a difference at the end, especially if it has too much fuck ups. You don't want the design to have too many fuck ups. Sometimes one little like dot or whatever, it might be cool, you might be able to fix it with tape, but you don't want to fucking clean the whole design with tape. So you clean it real good. Clean out all the emulsion that you can. You can't clean it out perfectly. As you can see, there's already old emulsion that's somehow traced back right there, but you just gotta clean it. That's why when you do the emulsion process, try to do more than maybe like 4 screens, depending on how many you think you're gonna need. If you just need one, go ahead and do one, but just make more use of your time. Sometimes you could do like 20 screens at one time, You could save you time, save you the time in the process. So this one's pretty clean already. As you get this scoop right here, I've had it for over, since I started screen printing. Actually, I haven't really ever bought a new one. This one I've had it for like 7 years. No bullshitting. You can see that shit just gave out right here. It cracked and shit. It has like old emulsion right here. This is like the cleanest I could clean it up. This scoop, it has a real fine scooper blade. It's not a cut or nothing. It's pretty smooth actually. But this is like thinner, so you get the more finer detailed emulsion. It also has the other side, which is real thick. This for the emulsion that's like real low. No, the screens that are real low in mesh count, that has the real big holes, like maybe like this big. The ones that you're gonna use like glitter for the screen, So this one it just shoots more emulsion to where it's like covers real good, But you'll go buy that when you start messing with like different size meshes and different types of paints that you need certain mesh count for. So yeah, this is a scooper. You just make sure you take care of it, that you don't drop it and bang it somewhere where it'll leave like a dent. Because if it has like a little dent or little something on it, when you swoop the emulsion onto the screen, it might leave a line, So that's like not good, especially if you want to do it like clean. So yeah, just let it dry and let the screens dry. If you have any questions about emulsion or anything, ask us and we'll do another video. you know, it's not no big problem because it's like pretty quick to teach you guys about this. Yeah. I don't know. That should came out good for or what?